What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Cody D, and I am sitting here with Birmingham legend. Funnymaine Johnson is sitting here in the studio with me, and this is part of our 205 Legends of 205. I think I'm still figuring out what I'm going with, but we got Funnymaine in the building, and we'll be talking for the next, I don't know, hour maybe? You gonna give me an hour? You gonna give me an hour?
We'll see. We'll see.
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Life is good. Chilling, just in a good space. Physically, mentally, I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of people wait a long time to get to that place.
Yeah. I've been here for a while. Not to, knock anybody that's not, but I just feel like I found ways to get there. That's a work in progress every day. I have bad days, but I've learned how to learn the lesson from them bad days too. And then now's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to therapy?
I don't go to therapy.
You never been to therapy?
I've been to therapy.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been to therapy, but not like recently, man. Just, spending a lot of time alone, spending a little time in the Bible, watch what you watching, what you're listening to, what you pumping into your spirit. One thing that has helped me like a lot, 30 seconds every day in 2 15-second intervals, I lay my face in ice water. Like I make it's not like a little pan, and I got it off of TikTok. Because I originally did it for headaches, but then I found out it's good for your skin and other stuff, but it's a stress reliever. Yeah, so every morning for about the past couple months, I literally make a pan of water, put the ice in it, let it get cold as it can get, hold my breath, dip it 15 seconds, dap it off, 15 more seconds. It takes away so much stress.
Wow.
And skin is amazing. Looking flawless.
You glowing a little bit.
Glowing and going.
That's interesting. I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah. Try it. I tell anybody, like, try it. I know it sounds funny, but like, try it.
At what point did you feel like you had to start like being more mindful of like the things you were consuming and just working on like, I guess, your inner peace?
Oh, that's probably like a while ago, man, when I just felt like, I ain't me. Like I feel like I'm more angry than I usually am. I just feel like I ain't happy. I like to breathe. All right, let me assess the situation. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never too big to find somewhere to just go pray or go be silent, go meditate or whatever. And I couldn't pinpoint an exact moment, but I've always known like I don't like stress. I don't like bad vibes, nothing like that. I'm a creative, so I got a million conversations going on in my head already. So I ain't got time for somebody bringing a negative conversation, adding to them conversation. I can't do it.
Right. But I have to imagine that like because of the place of where you are in your career now, it's a little bit easier to be in that place mentally versus like when you were still really hustling to try to get your name out there, growing your brand, being in radio. Like it's very easy to be in those negative spaces because of so many of the interactions that you were dealing with and just being in the business of entertainment. Like it can be really stressful and toxic.
Now that you say that, is actually the opposite. I've learned to maneuver better, of course, being a veteran, but it's more pressure now than it was back then. See, when you're first starting, you can mess up and nobody knows who you are. Like I've had some bad days on radio. Nobody remember it because it was years ago. I have a slip up now. It's viral. You know what I'm saying? One of my last, I guess, incidents or mistakes before I left Jams was the Meg Thee Stallion situation.
Yeah, I was
which,
there.
To me was an honest mistake, but there you go.
Yeah.
It blows up like that. So now when you get on TV and you go viral on social media multiple times and people are looking at you as quote unquote celeb, which I don't think I am, but that's what people refer to me as. You can't go back to a plant job now. Like you gotta make this thing work. So it's tougher.
Yeah.
Like when I first started at Jam, shoot, I could substitute teach during the day and do radio, work at, drive Uber if I want to.
Can't do that no more.
Nah, man.
When did you realize you couldn't do that anymore? Like, at what point?
Probably when white, black, old, young, everybody, people just start stopping me in public asking for autographs and selfies.
2016?
Around about early 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe late 2016, early 17, somewhere up in there.
That's when your videos started going viral.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember when I want to go back before, you know, your viral videos and everything.
Yeah,
but I do remember like you starting that and it like picking up, and I was like, whoa, like Funnymaine is blowing up, because, you know, we've known each other for a minute.
Right.
And I think I was in Texas at the time, and I was like, wow, like his stuff is like really picking up, and I don't know, it was really cool to see, and I was really proud of you, because I was like, I remember Funnymaine like coming up with these creative video concepts and like trying different things, and then like this being it, and it just took off.
Yeah, and then it was a process to that. Like I started, I have full disclosure now, but I was borrowing money from some of my business guys, like, you know, Jose from Rim Time and my man Sammy, who's
Jose.
Yeah, man, I'll never forget them guys. And Roy Wood Jr. would give me let me sleep on his extra bed in L.A. But I knew I had to get out to L.A. to see what they were doing. This was like 2013, 14.
Yeah.
And when I got out there, I was like, oh, it's content.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it's headed. So I had to get serious. I came back home, invested a little money that I did have in cameras and stuff, and we was just going. But nobody really but my inner circle, my group chat, they remember. Because every time, like, Desi Banks posts a video, they be like, you already did this. I was like, bro, yeah. So I was doing like hood.
It's frustrating.
No, it's not frustrating to me. I think that was him. I love Desi, know him personally, and that's his path, and it works for him.
Right.
I started off doing that. It was like hood stuff, a lot of vulgarity, cursing. That wasn't my path.
I was about to say, do you feel like because that's not really who you are, your core?
Right. I'm ratchet.
No, we from
you know
Birmingham.
what I'm saying? Yeah. I went to JO. It's there for sure, but that, you know, that's only one side of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I want it for the sake of, you know, just me, my family reputation, a certain type of audience, a certain type of thing I want to put out to the community. I don't know if that would work best for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I was going for. That was all I knew. Then the Alabama stuff just took off because I was just made like silly stuff just being a fan. Who knew?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back and erase all the hood stuff off social.
Oh, did you really?
Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, all right, we'll just keep them in the Dropbox. But yeah, it was a business decision. It ain't like I'm not pandering toward this crowd or nothing. I talk about what we relate to, but even before I got here, I was tweeting some political stuff. Like, they know I'm a be me.
Yeah.
But, you know, things worked out.
Yeah, they have.
Absolutely.
Do you remember when we first met?
I'm assuming it had to be either weren't you at Stillman for a minute? So it was either at Stillman or you came along to the radio station like later, but I'm going to guess between your Stillman and Tuskegee days, I believe we met in passing.
Yeah, I was freshman class secretary at Stillman.
Boom.
And we were putting together events or whatever, and somebody got in contact with you, and it was you and Terry who came and did like a little comedy show. That was 2010. So
was that the night the dude threw the drink at me in Stinson? I think that might have been that show.
Was it really?
I think so. So it was
if it happened.
Oh wow, I remember. Stinson packed, students in there. Football team was garbage awful that year.
You was talking shit about them.
Oh my God. I was going in. Because keep in mind, I'm a fan and an alumni, so I want them to do well, but I probably didn't realize how hard I was going in. crowd was like eating it. And keep in mind, these are their peers. They got to see.
And the football team, I think, had just came back at that point too, because the football team was gone.
No. They were solid. I was there. I was drum major the year they came back in '99, so they were good up until then. But yeah, I said something. Everybody going crazy. I turned a little bit, and I hear the crowd like, "Oh!" And I looked. I saw like the remains of like some wetness. They didn't hit me. They got like the crowd or whatever. I was like, "Did y'all just throw a drink?"
I don't remember that,
dude. I was about to fill away. Coach Riley, you might remember, he was about to find them, turn on the lights. I said, "Coach, go, Coach! Don't kick him out. Don't kick him out."
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, "This is a learning
lesson."
Yeah. So I calmed everything down. I was like, man, I ain't know y'all was gonna get that upset or whatever. And then I went right back to roasting them. I was like, y'all can't win tonight. I'm going right back to roasting.
I feel like that's something that you should be allowed to do as an alum, is be like, like you can critique, but also like it's coming from a place of love.
I don't remember what I said, but apparently it got up under somebody's
you was probably out of pocket.
I was probably, because that was my ratchet days.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So at what point did you realize, because you finished at Stillman, you went to UA too, but you graduated from Stillman?
Yeah.
So you bounced between two campuses. For those who don't know, Stillman and Alabama, or University of Alabama, right down the street.
3-4 minutes apart.
Yeah, like literally down the street from each other. So it was common for both UA and Stillman students to like ping pong back and forth between taking classes at both schools. So you graduated like 05?
I graduated 04 officially.
Okay.
I know I walked in 04, but I graduated summer 03. So I had to wait till the next year
for the graduation ceremony.
Yeah, and I was working at the school at the time.
Okay.
So I'm a 2003 graduate.
Okay.
Stillman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at what point did you realize you wanted to be a comedian?
Somewhere in there, man, I was writing jokes. I was class clown from 5th grade, 8th grade, high school. I won it every year. So I always liked people laugh. I was just scared to get on stage and do it. I was writing jokes for my boy Trey Williamson, who we grew up in the same neighborhood. Trey and Roy were at Jams. They did their prank CD together. It took off. Trey goes to LA, but he's like, dude, the stuff you write is getting good response. I was like, that's cool, but I ain't getting on no stage. But then at Stillman, I had so many opportunities to just be on stage and just talking. I got comfortable, but then I was like, okay, when can I work the jokes in?
Right.
I started hosting, telling jokes, and August 25th, 2005 at UAB, I got my first chance to try real stand-up. Loved it. Never looked back.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, yeah, that's it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think I remember right around the time that I started going to Stillman, which was, like I said, 2010. I think you had just started hosting the UA Step Show. So then that became like your thing for a few years. And I know that opened you up to an even bigger audience. And I remember I feel like ever since we met, I've just progressively have seen you grow at every level. Like, I think I remember that being like a big deal for you, like being exposed to such, like, because UA is a huge school.
Right.
And even if you don't go to UA, if you're talking about like the, I guess, Greek life, you talking about including all the black people in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Not just the students at UA. It becomes a community event. So that was opening you up to thousands of people at a time. And then you started working with Roy Wood Jr. on the morning show at Jams.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got your start there.